So there's an expression, don't fix something that ain't broken. Well, we have a lot of students that are walking out of schools this morning protesting some changes that are being made to the lottery system and the way that we admit kids to our very best school. 39 of our best magnet schools are now facing a crisis because of this one, where all of a sudden they have fewer kids that make the cutoffs and they make the criteria. So now they are cutting tons of programs and jobs, and this is creating such a disaster situation at 39 of our schools.
Yeah, they're talking about the new lottery system. They say the district made these cuts because of enrollment reportedly being low, but they believe it's actually because of the district's application lottery system. There are about 70 spots still not filled for the incoming freshman class at just Saul, and the other schools are having the same problem with low enrollment.
So again, it's happening at all of these different schools, but we're going to focus on Saul because it is such a great school and has such a great alumni community there. So we have Carla, who is joining us, who's also a mom of a senior at Saul right now.
Yes, I am.
And then we also have Alonna Whittle, and both are working in accounting, which is interesting. So ladies, welcome. As we welcome you, I said, you know, do you guys know each other? And you guys said to me,
We're family.
Alumni.
Yeah.
Alumni.
Yeah.
Saul's in the Heart. It's something that people really love. We have one of our producers that's from Saul, and they want other kids to have the same opportunity.
Absolutely.
And right now, we're cutting positions, teachers. What is going on? Alonna, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think that this was the incorrect approach to trying to troubleshoot budget shortfalls, and the students should not have to continually pay for people in leadership that say that they're going to advocate for students and then turn around and cut budgets in staff positions. These teachers that are being cut are very dedicated staff. I feel like the Saul teachers that I grew up with from 9th to 12th grade, they supported me emotionally for my career, helped me develop professionally, and they really do care about students that come to their school. They stay after school to run things like horse club, horticulture club. After school, when the bell has rang at 3:14, they're still at school at 6 p.m. still teaching us these trades so that we could become better professionals.
So let's take everyone back if they're not familiar with this system. We talk about the new lottery system. You were there with the old system in place. Tell us the difference between the old system and now with this lottery system and what you don't like about it.
So basically, Saul has always had an admission process. You have to take a test, an interview, but that did not determine your test scores did not determine your value as a student. So test scores did come into play, but once you came in and you met with the teachers, you wrote your little essay. We had a summer session as well, which was 4 weeks in the summer where we came and we worked on the farm and to see if this was something we really wanted to do. And they could see us and say, this kid has something, this kid can do this, there's potential there, and not just look on a piece of paper and see, oh, well, this kid didn't test great, which like my kid, she's not a great tester. She is an honor student. She's doing amazing in school. She has a great future, and it's thanks to Saul giving her that opportunity.
You had other voices and counselors, principals who may say, look, you didn't achieve this particular test score, but we see the potential in the program and we'll let you in. Now with the lottery system, the school system says it's basically going to even the playing field, a more diverse pool. Do you not agree?
With this lottery system, I'm sorry, just real quick, if you don't meet the criteria of the test scores, you're not even allowed to apply.
And the issue is with PSSAT, these are the test scores. We know our kids did horribly over COVID. It was a debacle. We know that they're not meeting the level. So now all of these schools are having huge shortages where they have like openings, 70, 80, 100 kids all over. What you were going to say about diversity?
Yeah, I feel like Saul is diverse enough. It captures a lot of the city's population. It is a magnet school, so kids from all over the city can apply to this school, and no matter how you identify, Saul accepts these students. And I just feel like PSSA is an unfair metric with students coming out of a traumatic pandemic where they weren't even in class for a full school year last year. How are they supposed to be able to get the correct level of knowledge to be able to test well for the PSSA when it hasn't been even across the board? This is an unfair metric, only admitting 55 students out of 400. That's less than 15%.
So you feel like you're losing your voice in the process. Have you had any conversations with the district?
No,
but I would love to entertain some conversation from this point going forward, and I hope that other alumni will step up and support, because this is unacceptable. 55 students coming in, that's the lowest class that Saul has ever had. When we get to senior year, how many students are still going to remain for the graduating class? 30? Because there are students that eventually move away, come out of the school, decide Saul's not for them. We cannot have a graduating class of 30+ students. That's unacceptable.
So you say no conversation with the district, which has led to the actions planned for later this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's going to take place?
Well, there's going to be a walkout from many schools, not just Saul, but many schools, and then there's going to be a protest down before the school board meeting. There's going to be parents speaking at the school board meeting. We're trying to get our voice out there. People need to hear what's going on. Test scores do not define success. They do not define the student, and every student, every child in Philadelphia should have the opportunity to show what they can do and experience Saul and these other amazing schools.
And as you said, there's so many kids that want these slots. I love your t-shirt. I came, I saw, I conquered. You guys have both had wonderful, successful careers. It did right by you.
Yes, it
so
did.
the district today, as you said, the school board meetings today, they're supposed to decide their budget today. Here's a statement earlier from Dr. Tony Watlington, of course, the head of schools, what he had to say about this entire process, because people have been waving red flags about this, saying, I want to address the issues in a way that we all get better. It doesn't have to be an inherent us versus them scenario, which is many accusations right now. And it goes on a little bit further. Anyway, it's a work in progress is generally what he says on that statement.
And hopefully this will restart the conversation. Certainly all the best to you. Appreciate
Thank you
your time.
very
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you.